Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Today we're going to have a look at the weird news for the last couple of weeks. And if anybody would like to jump on, we are doing an open chat. You can jump on by sending me an email from the contact form, switchtolinux.com/contact, and I will send the Hangouts link out to you. So if you would like to jump on, we can go ahead and do that. Let's see, how's it going there? Butter, cheesecake, sandwich. Having fun at Headless Software, having issues with clock. Alexander, greetings. How's it going there? In the East, it is already December 1st, so you are happy. Yes. Fellow time traveler, we will be talking about the time traveler kind today. We do have one time traveler article, and we'll be talking about that one. So greetings. Also, a little other news from Down Under. If anybody from Down Under is still watching, if you're still not under the covers, because it's really early there right now, I guess. All right, Andrew, hello there. Aram, hello. How are you? The Maximum Power. Greetings. Bruce Scott, hello to you. KO2610, hello. And Frost Ranger finally caught a live stream. Another live stream. You used to be on a lot of the live streams, but you're gone now. No. All right. Yeah, I must need to do some earlier ones. Ashton Snap. Hello there, Mr. Banana Man. Kitty is drinking a Shirley Temple. Yes, Kitty is drinking something. I'm not a drinker. I don't know what it is. something of questionable content on a beach, because poor Kitty is bathing himself on the beach. He left me in the alien outreach office here all alone. The other one is still on the spaceship. It's kind of crazy over here. Oh, Mark, hello to you guys. Like the video. Yes, like the video. These are never my ones that have a whole lot of viewership to them, but that's okay. Hello, Thomas Holt. Greetings to you. Yeah, Kitty's doing all right. He's over there. BuddyTube, hello. Good day, everybody. Oh, is the kitty back from vacation? Are you back? The kitty's back from vacation. He's just down here. What? What are you doing? He's down there moving stuff around. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway. Heard about the Vola phone. Pretty interesting, especially for privacy. I have not heard about the Vola phone. Let me look up the Vola phone real quick. Volaphone, let me in. Busy with work and mostly work evenings, so often miss the streams now. All right, let's see. Volaphone. Freedom through simplicity. Okay, so this is a Kickstarter campaign. Where's my desktop view? There's my desktop view. All right, so let's see. 16,000 is already there. The amount they're looking for is 385, 57 backers for 2 weeks. All or Nothing project will only be funded if it reaches its goal by December 15th, so it has another 2 weeks. So their mission: today's smartphones need our time and attention. We get interrupted by frequent notifications and waste our time with countless apps. Features and usage are getting overly complex. Our Volaphone is an alternative to that. Instead of apps, people and content are the focus of its user interface. The simplicity of a pen and paper were the inspiration for the standard for this new phone. The Volaphone will help you find more time in the day and allows you to focus on those things that are really important. Today's smartphones know what we do. Deep integration of cloud services with Google Play and mobile operating systems. All right. Okay. Experience a unique, simple user experience with instant access to features and information you need for the apps. Just start writing and Vola knows what you want to do. Based on the Android program, contains neither Google Apps nor Google Play services. Most Android apps can still be installed and used via an anonymous app store. I don't know. I don't see it as being really anything like. How is it different from Lineage, for example? Like, this is, and everything they're looking at here is basically stock Android. So it's based on, of course, it's based on the Android open source project. Same thing Lineage will be based on. This, of course, it appears to be its own phone and operating system together. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not necessarily. I think this is more hype than anything, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. But this is the first time I've looked into it. Look at that, fingerprint sensors. It's all the same stuff that you get on a standard Nexus phone. Except, you know what? It's got a notch. I'm not a customer. I'd rather go back to a dumb phone than do that. How we get that? We got from phones to t-shirts. All right. Phones to t-shirts. All right. I guess you can shop at shop.switchedtolinux.com if you want some cool Linuxy stuff, but I don't know. Yeah. There's a quick menu added. That's a new feature, which I don't know. I'm not a customer. Whoa, I re-rolled the intro for some reason. Not sure why I re-rolled the intro, but I did. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at our comments. Who else is on? It's 1:35 in your location. Dot online. Another Kickstarter, yeah. Nuking Windows 7 installed Mint on my sister's computer. Another Windows bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. All right, Vola reminds me of a modular phone project. Yeah, I don't even think it necessarily looks like that. It just looks like, here's just some hardware, which, I don't know, this might actually just be a specific phone that's already out there in the market. Almost looks like the Essential phone. I don't know if the back one, just the way the notch is, although theirs is more square, not quite as rounded. But everything else, it just looks like a custom ROM. I don't know. Maybe there's more to it than that, having not looked at it. See, pledge $39 or more. This is in euros. 39 euros or more. You get a shirt. 46 or more, you get the lifestyle pack. Take your freedom, show your personality with Vola shirt, and record your ideas and notes in the Vola book. 298, and you get the early bird phone. So you can choose between a black or a white model. We reach our stretch goal. You can even choose between operating systems, Vola and Nemo Mobile. Okay. So apparently they have a couple different OSs they're doing. 359, which is about 400 400 American dollars. Experience your freedom through simplicity and experience the Vola phone. Later, choose black or white model. If we reach a stretch goal, you can even choose the operating systems, Vola OS or Nemo. You get a phone, a cable, and a power supply, and only ships to certain countries. Estimated delivery about a year out. I don't know. Stuck on Linux, messed with bootloader. Messed with the bootloader, and so you're so pissed off by Linux. What's going on it? Did it kill another install, or did it just lock another install out of there? If you mess with the bootloader, and you still will have the ability to get back into Windows if you just do a grub update. I don't know what the issue is though. Thinking of getting Nokia flip phone yourself. Song from Queen, that'll be in my head all morning now. Sorry, man. Hey, if you want, you can change it to the more comical. Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus. And another one's on. And another one's on. Another one rides the bus. You can always get that one in your head instead, of course. Motorola Razr isn't expensive, is it? I don't know. A friend of mine actually has one. So you can find it there. Let's see. Vincent, your email is going to go out right about now. So check your spam folder, Vincent. I just sent one out to you. If you want to jump on. All right. Vola will probably work with EROM. Anything that it just looks like it's just a basic Android phone. So this is where it has its advantage. Now, unless they're specifically building their hardware, they're just getting starting with a phone that's already there. In fact, that's probably what they're doing. Is maybe the Kickstarter is just to fund the basic. OS build out, which, hey, there you go. And that's, I think, where Librem is having the issues. They're trying to do the hardware and the software simultaneously, trying to be Apple. Hopefully it ships. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope the project works and we have another alternative, but I don't know. All right, we'll see if that person jumps on. Just minimize this one, and then I think what we'll do is we might actually jump over and start grabbing the news articles while we're waiting for someone to jump on, and then we can go up to our other view. I can just go ahead and jump onto this view here, I guess. You'll just kind of see me in mirror image. Yeah, mirror images of me. That's a scary thought, but let's go ahead and dive on into this here. Let's see. How is Windows 10 Pro workstation security versus Fedora 31? So, as far as actual security type stuff, Windows is, you never know what exactly is going to go on. And everything's closed source, and the bug reports aren't there. So people say, oh, see, there's many more listed vulnerabilities for Linux than there are for Windows. Well, that's because Windows only publishes them if they have to. Linux publishes everything. And so ultimately, open source stuff tends to be more secure because more eyes can see it. Also, the way that Linux handles user security is intrinsically more secure than Windows. I would probably say Fedora is going to be more secure if you're looking for a security standpoint, to be honest. Especially if they have a great community of people looking at it all the times as well. But, I don't know. Speaking of weird, just clicked on stream. Looks like you had a ponytail. Double take. What? A ponytail? No ponytail. No ponytail. My brother does. If you're on my brother's stream, you might be on my brother's stream. He has long hair. Very long hair. So. Another one rides. Another one rides. And another one rides. Another one rides the bus. Oh, I think my wallet's gone. Another one rides the bus. Are you still testing custom ROMs? After I do a full change on my system, then I'm going to put some different ROMs on the phone. Then I'll play around with it. Maybe. I think that the antenna on my phone is starting to die, and so I might have to use that. In which case, I'll probably just swap phones around. So eventually, I will. I do have footage for a lineage build, so I'm planning on doing that. Hopefully, I don't know. I might do that for tomorrow. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow unless I just push out more of the new stuff. This works evening shift, and one day I watched Pink Panther movie and had that Pink Panther song stuck in my head for 8 hours. Uh-oh. You're going to discuss private internet access being bought eventually. It's probably going to get dumped is my thought, but we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and just dive on in. I only have about an hour today, so hopefully a couple people will get jumped on here when the links come out. Until then, you'll just kind of see double of me until somebody jumps on. I could actually just go back to the full desktop view. Let me just do that. I'll just go actually back to the desktop view. Where's my desktop view? Where's my desktop view? There's my desktop view. All right, there we are. All right, so first crazy news is a vegan woman slams her disrespectful mom for frying bacon while staying at her home. Bacon. I had bacon today. It was tasty. Bacon, good. Now, this is an interesting one here because what we have going on in this case is a woman is vegan and her mom comes by. Hey, we got someone on. Let me just a second. Let me jump back over to the loading screen and I'll get my audio on. All right, I turned my audio on. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, not too shabby, not too shabby. First time on the stream, I think. I don't recognize you, so greetings. How's it going?
Yeah, this is the first time I've been watching you for about 3 or 4 years now. But
Oh,
I
wow.
get,
So
I seen
that's
the
since
stream
the
and I'm like,
beginning.
yeah. And I said, maybe I should hop in here and just say hi. I've never been in here, so.
Well, greetings. Well, thanks for coming on. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we'd have a lot of people on today or not with the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It's a crazy week. I'm looking forward to next week when life turns back to normal. So,
Same here. It has been a crazy week for me too.
yeah. Uh-oh. Greta asked, "How dare you?" All right.
I should probably pull up the live chat right now.
Yeah, there you go. What do you want me to refer to you as? Just hey you or what? Some people don't like me to use real names, so. Um, uh, let's see. Let's jump back over to the article view. All right, so article view. We have the vegan woman here. I lost my thing. There they are. All right, so what's going on here? Are you a vegan by chance?
I am not.
You're not. All right, I'm not either. I had some bacon today. It was good. So I have some interesting thoughts about this article. I I hate to say it. I'm pained to say it. I'm going to agree with the vegan on this one. So, so here's what's going on. This is from the Mirror. A vegan woman has her mother staying over, and the mother starts frying bacon in her house. And so the mom gets all, or the daughter starts yelling at her against. No, I don't know how riled up means. I don't know if that means she was swearing at her or throwing stuff. I wouldn't agree with that certainly, but she was upset that her mother cooked bacon when she was visiting her. I have to agree with the vegan because when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You know, if you're not a vegan and you're staying at a vegan person's house, at least have the self-respect to ask, hey, is it okay if I fry meat in your house? And if not, then I'm taking a grill out back. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to have respect for people when you're in their house. I mean, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That's that Southern
Absolutely.
hospitality. I'm from the
Absolutely.
South,
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
be nice to people.
Yeah. Now, if this were flipped around, and I almost read it like thinking because this is something some people of this philosophy might actually do. If the vegan goes to mom's house and mom cooks up bacon and vegan gets mad that mom's cooking bacon, I'm sorry, vegan, you got a problem.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
not what's going on. It was mom. I think mom broke etiquette by cooking up bacon in her vegan daughter's house. You gotta have some respect for people's things. But look at this. Doesn't that look good? I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
monitoring the
that
stream.
bacon does look good. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
want
had
me some bacon and biscuits for breakfast now. That's some
I
good
had me
stuff.
some bacon and eggs. It was good. It was very amazingly good. All right, we have a couple more comments coming in there. I gotta watch over there. Make sure no one else is emailing me there. Let's see. Have switched to Fedora in your videos. All right, yeah, very good. I'm just checking out these. Chris Titus just did a great video on PIA today. If you haven't take a look at that one. Bacon jerky. Hey, cat, what are you doing? The cat's like gonna knock stuff over. He's going crazy.
You want to talk about the new Linux kernel release?
It wasn't on my list, but if you know something about it, hey, go for it.
Well,
Talk with
on my
Linux kernel.
I host a weekly Linux podcast, and
Oh, do you? Awesome.
yeah, and it's not as popular as anything you do, but anyway, we talked about it this week on there. Linux kernel 5.4 came
Mm-hmm.
out, and I mean, honestly, most of it just is just like standard stuff, So there really wasn't too much to note. There was one thing they put VP9 encoding or decoding one, I forget which, actually in the kernel itself, and I wonder if Chrome or any other browser is going to take advantage of that now. It's built right in.
Okay, and which one is that again?
Um, what, the VP9 thing? That's a video codec.
Okay,
Chrome
okay,
one. Yeah.
so putting a video code again. All right, yeah, I don't know. I know that for the www standards now has the DRM and the codecs in there. So I'm guessing some of them might take advantage of some of that, but I don't know. I'll have to look into that. What's your podcast?
Open Source Tonight, opensourcetonight.com.
OpenSourceTonight.com. All right. So if you got a channel name or you want to go ahead and plug that in the chat, that's cool. If you guys want to check
Oh,
out
okay.
that site,
Well,
feel
thank
free.
you.
Absolutely. And I'll go check it out if I can. Let me write it down so I remember actually.
Yeah. I'm going to hop in the chat here and I'll paste a link for everybody. Uh, I'm a web developer, well, software developer by day, and I haven't got around to finishing the website yet, so it's just a splash page. But you go to that, you can take it to you can go to that, and it
Yeah.
takes you to our YouTube channel. We got
What
that there,
what
and you can
type of
subscribe.
what type of development do you do?
Mostly the software development I'm doing right now is it's just freelance development. I'm doing different things. My biggest client is a radio automation vendor that has an
Mhm.
open source radio automation system. Um, I don't know if I should plug it or not. I don't know if they'd want me
Hmm.
to,
Yeah,
but I mean it's on
probably
GitHub.
let's
So
leave that one out then. You know,
yeah,
I plug my clients that I know would like it. You know,
yeah, exactly. Let's
but
not make the
some
clients
of them I don't
mad.
know. Yeah, yeah. Some of
Yeah,
them would always appreciate the free shout out. Some of them not so much. You know, so
yeah.
very good. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm moving a lot of my stuff from WordPress to Joomla because once is that Gutenberg stuff. You know, it's like when the open source developers do not listen to the open source user base, we have the beginning of the end of a project. And
Oh yeah,
there's classic press and there's disable Gutenberg, but eventually all the stuff that you need WordPress to use is going to stop working with that. So
yeah. I mean, I've got some WordPress sites too, and I want to do more web development stuff.
mhm.
And when you made your videos about Gutenberg, I was like, well, I've been using WordPress for years,
Mhm.
on my own personal sites, and I said, I like the classic editor, you know,
Yep. Yeah.
so
And of
I
course,
immediately went and got that plugin.
yeah. So of course, Drupal is pushing that into the next version. The only one of the open source CMSs now that's staying Gutenberg free is Joomla for now. And getting back into it, so I'm working on my new YouTube channel, which is going to be on writing and book production via FOSS software. That whole structure is all built up from the ground up in Joomla, so that should be launched before too long. I've most of the finishing touches and I just need to do with last bit details. So,
Yeah,
but
I've
yeah.
I've never I've never really dealt with Joomla very much. So is it a pretty good CMS?
I would say it's I would say it's a very good CMS. It's definitely more complicated than WordPress. You'd have a harder time giving it to a client and having them know how to deal with it because it can be overwhelming. But it is extraordinarily powerful. There's some things I think WordPress still does a little bit better. Differentiating pages and posts, developing individual page types in WordPress is a little bit easier than Joomla, but it's doable. And it's more like Joomla. If you dig into the codex of WordPress, you'll understand the codex of Joomla. And that's I do WordPress right. I don't use plugins. I do everything ground up development from scratch. So if you know how to do that, then you can actually do some really robust stuff with it. It's just
So you would say for somebody like me that's pretty familiar with PHP and stuff like that, it would probably be something I could get used to, be
oh
able to
yeah,
build custom
yeah,
stuff around.
yeah. Joomla's powerful. It's different. I know, I'm pretty fluent in that. I'm getting more fluent in that. I'm expert WordPress. So, I mean, I still like the WordPress how they do things better. I just can't stay behind the project if they're gonna completely mess with the editors. Like if they said, "Hey, here's Gutenberg. It's an option for posts." No problem. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't use it, and it has its uses. It's just it gets in the way more than it doesn't get in the way
Yeah.
is the problem.
I
So
mean, what I would like to see, and it sounds like you want the exact same thing in WordPress, is for them to default to the classic editor and say,
yeah.
hey, if you want Gutenberg, check this
Hmm.
box.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about how a client, for example, uses WordPress, they're not wanting to create fancy landing pages with stuff all over the place. Though what Gutenberg allows you to do is it allows you to, without a lot of extra plugins or coding, develop a beautiful landing page just the way you want it. It's what it's good at. The problem is you don't need that for everything. And it's such a pain to work with. So if you had for example, if you write your posts separately, and a lot of your big bloggers write your posts separately, and then you paste them in. You paste it into Gutenberg, it becomes this giant mess. Every paragraph it's its own block. If you want to try and, hey, we're going to inline an image right here, you can't. You can't. You gotta get in there and move another block, and then manage to get it in there, and then figure out how to. And it takes like 20 minutes to figure out. But in Classic, you put it in and you say a line left.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds very annoying. I don't
Yeah.
really write blog posts, so I can't relate to that part of it too much. But
Yeah.
it does sound like a real pain. I never even used it. Once you made those videos about it, I'm like, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
done here. If the Switch to Linux guy says it, I trust him. We're gonna just
Yeah.
turn that off.
Yeah, and I'm slowly phasing out. So my author website, I have so much content on that, and so that's getting ready to be moved over. And I want to get Think Life Media off of WordPress, especially since that is so clunky on a membership site. I hate it. But Joomla does membership sites pretty well, so it's a work in progress. And since I'm one person and running all the things I'm doing, it's taking a long time. But I'm plugging away here and there, and you know, so
Is your main website off of Joomla yet? Or on Joomla yet?
no, Switch to Linux is WordPress.
Yeah. Okay.
So the only I don't even have a live site on Joomla right now. The only I have two in development right now, and they're still kind of off there. Let's go ahead and let me just scan through comments real quick. Actually, let's go ahead and do another article since this is supposed to be crazy news, right? I'll do another couple articles here. Then we'll jump on back and chat longer if we need to. All right, what do you do when a bear gets behind the wheel of your SUV? All right, what do you do when a bear gets behind the wheel of your SUV?
I don't know. What do you do? I would say probably scream and call animal control real fast. Get
That's
out of there.
probably the case. Now, these people, if I read this correctly, they actually went down there and opened the door for the bear to get out.
So it was inside the SUV?
Yeah, apparently it got in the SUV. Apparently it
Oh,
opened the door and got in and closed the door.
wow. Where is this from? Is this like in the middle of the mountains or something?
Lake Tahoe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
Lake
expect
Tahoe.
bears around someplace like that.
Yeah, yeah. I was last time I was out that way. I was out driving down there with a friend of mine. He lived in in was he still in Sunnyvale or was he in Sacramento at that point? I think he might have been in Sacramento. So not used to the driving in snow, and of course I'm east. I'm used to snow. Like, let's do a brake check. No, don't do a brake check. I'm driving. Get out. I'm driving.
I hate snow. It's the worst thing on earth.
Yeah, I hate it, but living in Pennsylvania, I learned how to drive in it. So basically, the bear gets in here. The family opened the door for it, and then the door actually closed. They opened the door again and let the bear walk out. So apparently, no other incidents, except I'm wondering if the lady's name was Goldilocks. This is just called Sweet Revenge. I don't know.
Well, everybody was all right though, right? Nobody got hurt or anything. So
Yeah, everyone seems to be fine.
that's always good.
All right, so Arizona man narrowly avoids shooting. A taco saved my life.
Was it a Taco Bell taco?
He didn't specify. Um, I
That right
don't
there can be
think he
good for their advertising campaigns.
I'm
Our
telling you.
tacos can save your life. Go to
That's right.
Taco Bell.
So basically, so this guy said he usually rolls down his window, sticks his arm out there, and drives on down the road, right? So
Yeah.
what happened is he got a taco and he was eating a taco. So because he was eating his taco, he had his window rolled up and didn't have his arm out there. He's driving down the neighborhood and apparently here's basically there's some drive-by shooting or whatever going on. There's some shots fired wherever he's at. Boom, boom, boom. He hears something, stops, hears more gunshots, so he takes off. Then he stops later on to look around and finds that a bullet is lodged in the side of his car right where his arm would be if he was not eating the taco.
Oh goodness, that's got to be scary.
Yeah, there were places I've driven through that I thought I might not get out alive. There was
Wow.
two came to mind. One of those is back about, I don't know, 5 years ago. They were doing some work on I-90, I-80, I-90 exchange in Chicago, and they didn't have signs clear, and they would be shooting people off, and you'd land off in the middle of the east side of Chicago in midnight. It was kind of scary. It's But the worst ever is Oh, what's this say? East St. Louis. Ever been to East St. Louis?
I have not.
That is the scariest place I've ever seen in my life. Literally, it's so run down. There were trees growing out of the roofs of the buildings, and like roaming gangs were going down the street. It was crazy. And this was before that whole Ferguson stuff. I stopped by a Denny's and they had a 24/7 guard at Denny's. Like, all right, maybe this is a good time to move on.
You know a town's dangerous when the Denny's has got on-site security.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, pretty much. So, anyway, if you are driving down suspicious areas, people, grab yourself a couple tacos and you'll be safe. The
Yeah, that's your
tacos
bulletproof
will
vest
save
right
your
there.
life. Yes, that's right. Kind of reminds me of that taco holder I saw yesterday. Not sure. Okay. Choice around the corner. Okay, just kind of looking at different comments here. Funny autocorrect trying to autocorrect and androtonics and to antonic. Get a Nexus 5X or XL from Amazon that is not locked. Yeah, buying unlocked phones. I did a video not long ago about best ways to buy unlocked phones. Best Buy actually has a lot of good unlocked phones too. Give the bear the keys. Give the bear a beer and call the police for DUI. All right. Call the insurance company ASAP and proclaim your innocence immediately.
Sounds like a viral video waiting to happen.
I'll probably get busy and forget about it anyway. Yeah. Okay. Tacos need to be banned. This is ridiculous. Antifa banning tacos soon. Come on. East St. Louis is the garden spot of Illinois. Yeah, right. Let's see. Ban carbs, protein, and fiber in all food. Eat healthy, people. It's all bad.
I'm from the South. I don't know what the word healthy means. I'm like, if it doesn't have grease or salt or something in it that's going to give you, an overweight
Yeah.
body, it's not food.
Yeah. Ooh, Frosty Flakes' mom grew up in East St. Louis. So can you genuinely confirm Frosty Flake? Is it still as frightening as it was 5 years ago? I don't know. I don't know what was going on, if that was just anything major or not. All right, here we go. Time travelers. For you time travelers, apparently Greta Thunberg, how dare you, is a time traveler. Look at this picture. Like, that's creepy. So this is three children operating rocker at a gold mine on Dominion Creek in Yukon territory. So here is the side by side Greta Thunberg and this girl. Is that not uncanny? She is a time traveler. And all the things she's coming to future. Come on. Come on, Greta. Let me tell you something, Greta. If you're time traveling, don't be telling us how to fix the climate. Tell us how to time travel, Greta. Come on. How dare you not tell me?
I got to say, I mean, I don't really know how much of that would really be the case. I mean, she could be a time traveler, I suppose. It would sure make Back to the Future more interesting if that was real.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a close up. Now there's something here I'm looking for. She should actually have like a mole or something on this side of her face. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
confirm it's
See
not
if it's
her.
like someone that just looks really similar, right?
Yeah, see, so
Yeah.
she's lacking these three freckles here. But here's what you can say: very possible this is an ancestor. It's very possible.
That's a good
Um,
point. Yeah.
because like at any given age period, my brother looks exactly like my uncle did at the same age. It's actually strangely. Yeah, here's so yeah, Greta Thunberg is apparently a time traveler. Maybe she should have just time traveled slightly further just to the end. Maybe she's warning us because she's already traveled to the end and she just came back 10 years. In which case she just has to prove she's a time traveler and she needs to bring us some archive from the future so we know to listen to her now. How dare you not bring it, Greta?
I personally think we should err on the side of caution as far as I'm concerned. So I'm assuming that you're more of a conservative over the years than I am. So that would,
Mm.
you know,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm definitely more conservative, but here, like, I'm not going to say we have no impact on the planet's environment, and we all need to do our part. But all of these talking points has nothing to do with the environment. It has entirely to do with political agendas, and that's why I don't like the disingenuousness of it. Um,
yeah. I
you
mean, the
know.
liberals, we definitely have an issue of getting our points across in a way that makes sense.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think we definitely alienate a lot of people. I'm from
Yeah.
Kentucky, and where I live, it's just all conservative. So I have to kind of see the other side a
Hmm.
little more than somebody that
Yeah.
doesn't live around a lot of conservatives.
Yeah, and you gotta understand all the different sides. I did a video on that on my other channel last week, that you have to understand where the opposition is at, because otherwise you're throwing darts at different targets, and it's like,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. So, like, I challenge any climate change radical to a battle of the resources, and I bet hands down I will win. Right? It's like, how I think I've used 3 tin cans this whole year. Maybe it was 4. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're
Uh,
definitely conscious of the environment then, it
yeah,
sounds like.
like
Yeah.
I use reusable shopping bags, and I use reusable produce bags. I don't get the plastic bags. I bring Tupperware containers from home to go to the bulk food sections. You know, my power bill is it's hilarious, because I watch mine and my neighbor's meters right next to each other, and I always see theirs, and mine's like nothing. And I'm running with this massive 700-watt computer here, and I can still
That should tip the scales, shouldn't it?
yeah, you'd think so. But I also actually, all my charging, like all my portable computers, all of the phones, all of the things with charging batteries, all of that I power all that on solar chargers.
Yeah.
Even my office lights here are on solar chargers. So there's,
That's one thing I want to
yeah,
do with my home office studio environment is
yeah.
actually to
If
put some solar panels
yeah,
in the front yard and power the whole
yeah.
thing with
If
solar.
you look right on the edge there, right by the dolphin, there's the power switches. That's where I have my charge controller mounted. And right out this window over here, there's a 200-watt solar panel, which is just enough to charge the computers and run the office lights.
Nice.
So you do that, and I walk more, than, I walk as much as I can. And, I save a lot of resources. So we all need to do our part for the environment. But
Recycle and everything. Yeah.
the problem is, Greta Greta, in traveling around the world, she refused to take a plane. So they had to fly 8 separate transatlantic flights to fly this one girl around. Where if she just hopped on a plane, it would have saved all that.
I thought she
This is
went over here
insane.
on a boat. Didn't she go here on a
Well,
boat?
yes, she did, but she had a group of people on that end helping her, a group of people over here. She had to have a whole lot of people moving her around, basically like a handler type thing. And then she had to have the help for across the different places. And then they had to fly. And if you actually look at what happened, they were constantly flying people back and forth across the ocean for this person.
Oh, okay. So in other words, she had no carbon footprint, but basically what you're saying is everybody else that
Everybody
was helping
helping
her
her
had it.
in what she was doing had a massive carbon footprint, much more. So her refusing to get on a community airplane that was flying hundreds of other people caused her in her campaign to spend over 8 different flights where it should have only taken 2. And then the biggest problem we get with a lot of the environmental stuff is, like, the most hilarious one is when Obama and his wife took separate Boeing 747s halfway across the world to Copenhagen so his wife could stop by New York to shop first for a climate change summit.
I gotta say, I mean, the Obama administration, I don't remember that happening, but I gotta say that right there, I don't agree with the Obama administration on everything. A lot of people
Yeah,
think that. It's
yeah.
like, come
Yeah.
on, man, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just making the point that it's like, yeah, we need to be conscious, but there's an elite class that if you guys want to do that, then you take the lead.
Yeah,
You
you're
take
talking
the
about the
lead.
people that take those private jets
Yeah,
everywhere and are using all that
yeah,
jet fuel. Yeah,
or just it's the same thing with Hollywood. Like, I have a friend in California, right? And so they're under water rations. Right? They're sitting there, water rations and water rations. He's driving down. It's like you go down L.A. and all the Hollywood stars are watering their lawns, massive multi-acre lawns. It's like, okay, you want a water ration? Let's get serious. Let's water ration.
Yeah, you don't need to water your front yard.
If I have to put a brick in my toilet to use less water to flush, then maybe the Hollywood star can either re-landscape to not need grass or have dead grass. There's a thought, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you on that one.
And that's the problem with that you find in a lot of at least the people pushing the climate change stuff. If you look at what they're doing, they don't know anything about the climate change stuff. They don't know, like, can't say they don't know anything about the climate change. They don't know about the sustainability, like Cortez, right? You know, she's pushing this Green New Deal, and it's like, it was the funny video. It's like, oh, what is this garbage disposal? Like, is it better to throw the things away or the garbage disposal? Well, if you're really this sustainable, make a worm farm and compost it and turn it into organic soil and grow something with it.
That's a good idea.
It's a better option. Because a worm farm, you can do a worm farm in an apartment. You can't have a compost pile in an apartment, but you can build a worm farm because they do not emit scent. They are very well contained, and you can put all your kitchen scraps in it and make organic soil, and then use that to grow your own organic produce.
Sounds like a really great idea. And, you know, a lot of people live in apartments, so that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, those are fun stuff. Let's check in on the comments, and we'll jump over to the next crazy article. We're going to hit all sorts of fun topics here. All right. This is a cool conversation, huh? All right. Hello, Bob R. Greetings. New taco shell bulletproof gangware brought to you by Antifa and the DOD. What a bunch of guacamole.
I gotta say, I would laugh so hard if that actually came out as something that the government was putting out.
Yeah, it's called the Teflon taco.
It's a Teflon taco. Someone should trademark that and put that on a shirt.
All right. Frosty Flake says it is worse. She grew up in St. Louis 7 decades ago. It's worse than ever. All right. Let's see. Nah, Donald Marshall's cloning center. She escaped. The original photo has a food crumb, not a moly mole. All right. Ancestry could have built the pyramids in a hall much more advanced than any of us.
Well, with the pyramids running Linux is what I'm curious about. Were they running something more superior?
Temple OS. Garbage patch, Pacific Ocean is slowly becoming another landmass. What's wrong with that? That's right. We'll just, if the oceans fall in, we'll just populate the garbage chute. Robert uses paper plates for eating bacon and eggs. That's right. So are you on board with the eating bugs to save the planet or not?
No.
Okay, good.
No. I absolutely hate bugs. No. If that's what it takes to save the planet, then it's not being saved. Depending on me, we're just going to let it
go. We will die happy with bacon in our teeth.
That's exactly right. If you're going to die, you might as well at least have a good time.
Yeah, you want to reduce e-waste and help the environment. Yeah, here's another fun thing. If you want to support the environmentalism stuff, stop buying Apple products and, you know, things that are not repairable. Microsoft products too are becoming, I guess they're slowly moving back into slightly more repairability.
Yeah. That's one of the big things. You know, I used to be an Apple user, and that was one of the big things that pushed me away was they wanted to take so much control over my machine. You know, I was already using Linux on the server side, and I said, you know, I like that Unix-like experience. Let's just let's go over to that Linux thing, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Have one back.
Yeah. All right. Next article. Okay, university accepts peanut butter and jelly as a payment for parking tickets.
Huh. That's you know, that's I wonder where you can spend that at now. I want to go to that store.
Yeah. So this was actually this is in Alaska of all places, right? So this is to raise it was like to raise food for a local food drive. So, you know, if you had up to two parking citations on the university, could be paid for with peanut butter and jelly. Officials say 2 16-ounce jars is a $10 credit, 3 jars is a $35 credit, and 5 jars is a $60 credit. So officials say any unopened, commercially produced nut, butter, almond, cashew, peanut butter, or any flavored jam, marmalade, or preservatives would be accepted. And we got a cat that wants to come up. What's up, buddy? You want to come up? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're playing with that thing on the floor. I gotcha. Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I think that's actually pretty good that we've got a university that's out there that's wanting to try to help the homeless and
Yeah.
people that can't get their food. So
Yeah.
it
That's
sounds like a better idea once that you hear the context.
yeah, yeah. I love the headline, but it was a yeah, definitely. We need the context, but that's a good idea. I like this. This is a maybe we should have more of this type of stuff for these offenses that don't cost a lot of money and things. Um, it'd be nice if more universities did something like this. Like I remember I got a parking ticket once at a university, and that is the reason I have chosen never to up donate to that alumni society. In fact, every time they call out. So this is what happened. So I lived on campus, and on campus we had our own campus parking spots, right? And a bunch of people on the weekend would come over and visit their friends, and instead of parking where they were supposed to, they would take up our spot. So I get in, there's no spot. So I parked in the very first employee spot. Now the employee lots are only reserved from like 7A to 6P or something like that. So I go out there to move my car. It's still 6:30 in the morning because I'm living right there. And because I'm still not, I'm not take anything. They gave me a parking ticket for snow removal. It was like 60 degrees out. It was May. Like, really? So every single
That doesn't make
time,
any sense.
yeah, every single time that university alumni is like, "Oh, you want to help us?" I'm like, "No, you go get it from the police department." And here's why. You know, it's like, no, I'm not letting it go because here's a thought. If you want me to park in the right spot, why don't you patrol the parking lot and get out all of the cars that were there without a parking permit? Because there's the exact number of parking permits as there are parking spots for that lot. You know, so
Yeah,
so
sounds like
yeah,
they didn't want to do enforcement on the right thing. They just wanted to do enforcement on the wrong thing.
yep, correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Eat the next Black Widow. Yes, so Shadow is going to eat the next Black Widow you see. All right, sound good. Roast some worms. There you go. Yuck, don't eat insects. Yeah. Several ant farms in my backyard, apparently. Mmm, delicious ants. There is like a novelty to have like chocolate covered bugs or something, though. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not down with that, but
If I recall correctly, some countries it's actually considered a delicacy, isn't it? Like to eat
correct,
bugs.
correct. But that's not what they use for their regular stuff. Next thing they will want is your tacos. That's right. They're gonna de-taco you all, everybody. All right. Let's see. Next. Oh, this is a good one. The ducks have won. The French court says they may keep on quacking.
Wait, what? Is this real? Were they disturbing the
So,
peace?
okay, so this has to do with this crazy trend, and this is another liberal thing. So maybe we can have some understanding back and forth on this one. Um, People from cities, now cities are intrinsically more liberal than country, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think a modern city folk could survive if the grid shuts down. Country guys, grid shut down? Really? When did that happen?
Yeah, it's like whatever, we'll be fine.
Yeah, you know. But what's happens now is that some of these people from the cities are moving into the country, and then they're bothered by the things that go on in the country, and then they're trying to sue the country people to stop doing what they're doing. So this guy lived in the country his whole life. He had a flock of about 70 ducks, or 60 ducks, it says here. Geese and ducks. Basically, he's a retired farmer. He's got the ducks. Yeah, I understand. Like, it's another sustainable thing. I buy my milk directly from a farmer in a reusable glass bottle, and my eggs as well, you know? So I'll go down, and I know my eggs are good because I almost run over the chickens. In fact, why did the chicken cross the road?
That's a good question. I guess they
Because
were
I
getting.
was I was coming, of course, and it had to stop me. It had to slow me down. And I deal with this every week. I have to stop, honk the horn. Sometimes I get out of the car, just move the chicken out of the way. Although he says if I hit a chicken, he doesn't care. As long as I don't hit a cat, he doesn't care. But he also has a bunch of ducks. They can be loud, you know. So the city dweller comes by, moves to the country, and then he's bothered by the farmer's ducks. And he sues the farmer to have the farmer slaughter his ducks because it's disturbing the peace. And so it takes all the way up to a court. And the French court says, no, the ducks can stay. You bought the place. You go ahead and leave it if you want to. I kind of wanted to include this because I see a lot of the liberal agenda wants to try to. It's a lot more imposition than I see the conservative view want to impose as much. The conservative, for the most part, more often than not, wants to live and let live.
Yeah.
And that's a generality. That might be too much of a generality. Is that a generality or not?
I feel like it is. I mean, some conservatives they are that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually one of the things I 100% agree with the conservatives on. Is just leave me alone. I ain't hurting nobody. You ain't hurting nobody. You should be able to do whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm a country dweller, and that's one of the things I like about the cities. It's too regulated. It's like, oh, you do this, you do that. You walk out on the street and you talk, and they're like, oh my goodness, you're disturbing the peace. It's like, really? Really? So I'm the exact opposite. You said that the city dwellers could never stand to live in the city. I'm the country dweller that could never stand to live in the city. I mean,
Yeah.
I just couldn't stand it. Like, come on, like ducks and stuff. I grew up on a farm. We had chickens when I was a kid
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, that's just stuff you get used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it's like you live in the country. You don't got to go inside for the toilet. You just whip it out and go.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, I full well in the mountains, and there's no bathroom there. You're out in the middle of the mountains. There ain't a bathroom for 20 miles. Where are you going to go?
Yeah. There. There.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
I mean, one thing about it, you got privacy. That's one good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just watch out. You're not using poison ivy,
Yeah, exactly. No poison ivy.
Yeah. I had a friend that did that once. Oh, boy.
Oh, dears.
All right. Yeah. GNU Ninja says there's plenty of insect protein in most processed foods. Yeah, that's true, but it's not. I mean, it's okay. I don't care if a cockroach fell in the flour mill. I don't really care. I care if there's a full cockroach in my flour. I care about that. The ground up cockroach, so what? Don't matter.
Yeah,
It's not an insect.
little hair off of it or something. It's like, oh goodness, who
Yeah.
cares?
Ants are hard to get rid of. Tried a lot stopping them. With the ants, try pouring some sugar on them. They love it and it sterilizes them.
Huh. Did not know that.
Yeah, I used to live out west. We had a lot of ant farms. That's how we used to get rid of ants. Pour sugar on them. Pour some sugar on me and play some Def Leppard too. That just makes them go away. All right. Goal of mine is to build a solar-powered Arduino ran chicken run that keeps inventory through RFID and has door control. That'd be cool. That's a neat
sounds
project.
so cool. You'd open source the code, I'm hoping.
Yeah. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. There might already be open source code for it out there. Live in the country. My neighbor has chickens. The other one has horses. And down the driveway are cows. Wouldn't have any other way. There you go. All right. All right. Where are we at? So that's the chicken farm. All right. Down under. Anyone from Australia watching? It might be too early for the Australian crowd. But Australia's Chris the sheep, the world's woolliest sheep ever, passes away, guys. Look at this thing. As a woolly mammoth, if ever I saw one. So in Sydney, Australian sheep made headlines in 2015 for the record-breaking weight of his fleece has died. Uh-oh.
How heavy was it?
Let's see. 40.2 kilos.
Whoa. That's
worth $413 at current prices, made him the unofficial carrier of the world's heaviest fleece, dethroning New Zealand sheep Big Ben.
Wow, Big Ben.
29 kilos.
Big Ben. That sounds like something that should be in London, England. Big Ben.
That needs to be a British sheep, man.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
Ben.
It needs to be British, and it just starts talking like in one of those cartoon movies. I'm Big Ben. I'm British.
I think Chris, though, needed to have a better name. We need to have a better name for Chris. All right. Woman arrested for firing a gun in a KFC drive-thru. I would just love to say she thought it was a Popeyes, but
I don't like Popeyes, so I'm okay with that.
No,
leave my KFC alone. I like my KFC.
Have you been watching the Popeyes news lately? It's like riots have been breaking out at Popeyes over this chicken sandwich. Like people have been killed and arrested over these chicken sandwiches.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, come on, people. I mean, this isn't. this isn't KFC. I mean, that stuff ain't worth killing
No,
somebody over either, but at least it's better.
I gotta say, we are getting a new KFC in town. It's not far from me, and I have been anxiously waiting. It's open, but if it's a crazy line when I go, I'm just gonna come back later.
Yeah,
It's KFC. It's good. It's amazingly good.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to eating there, probably more than I should eat there.
yeah,
But you know, it's okay.
yeah.
It's a
Well, it's
chicken. It's just chicken.
yeah, it's chicken. Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you right now. I mean, this lady clearly doesn't know this, but there ain't no chicken worth killing someone over. So,
that's just true.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, but you should just come on down here. My local KFC. A lot of times they're very non-busy. You can just come down here, get some chicken. We'll sit there and talk about Linux.
There you go. There you go. So is KFC big in Kentucky?
It depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Um, I actually went to the original KFC, like the very first one where it started, and
Mm-hmm.
there, oh boy, is it big! I actually talked to the manager there
Mm-hmm.
about it, and he was really nice. He said that it was a very busy
Mm-hmm.
place all the time.
Yeah. Now, I
So
believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's in China, KFC is actually a holiday delicacy.
really,
If I remember, I think it was China. It's one country over there. I think it was China. So anyway, this one here, this woman goes to the drive-through and gets really mad that they did not give her a fork and a napkin with her order, and so she fired at them with a
whoa, that's
gun,
ridiculous.
and then sped off in a white Mercedes Benz.
Wow, was this in Florida? Because it sounds like a
Georgia.
Florida thing. Oh,
It's
I thought
close.
you. I was going to say
No,
if it
if
was
it
in
were
Florida.
Florida, it'd be the last articles. We will end our day in Florida, of
Oh
course.
dears.
We will end our day in Florida. No, this is Sandy Springs, Georgia, so it's pretty close. Pretty close. I don't know where Sandy Springs is. Maybe it's right over the Florida border. Maybe she's from Florida. Just
Yeah,
stopped
maybe she
by.
drove over and she was that
Yeah,
crazy Florida
yeah.
person.
So police say Dare. Her name is Dare too. I dare you to. I dare ya.
That name.
Police say Dare fired a handgun into the drive-through window and sped off in a white Mercedes-Benz. No one was wounded in the shooting. Dare appeared in court Wednesday and waived the right to fight her extradition to Kentucky. She's from Kentucky, apparently.
Oh no! I have to apologize for everybody. Not all of us are crazy.
Oh wait, okay. So okay. She had a warrant from Kentucky, so she was fleeing Kentucky. Maybe she was heading to Florida. Maybe she
That would
was
explain
part
a
of.
lot.
Maybe she was part of that. Wasn't there that drug highway run that would run between Kentucky and Florida? The pill pushing thing. I think it's mostly closed now. Maybe she was part of that.
Who knows? Maybe.
So yeah, crazy. So the moral of the story is get some chicken, but don't kill anybody over it.
Yeah, exactly. That's KFC's new motto: get some chicken, but don't kill anybody.
All
Copyright
right.
KFC 2019.
So dying for a better life. Would you take part in a mass living funeral?
Sounds like a stupid thing to me.
Sounds like a cult to me.
I was gonna say it does sound like a cult. It does.
Dying for a better life. South Koreans fake their funerals for life lessons. South Korean service is offering free funerals, but only to the living. More than 25,000 people have participated in mass living funeral services at the Haiwan Healing Center since it opened in 2012, hoping to improve their lives by stimulating their deaths.
Why
Or
would anybody
simulating
want
it.
to have a fake funeral
I
for
don't know.
themselves while they're alive?
The picture here, the video here. Let's see if I can play this without sound. Okay, there's no sound there. So basically, what they're doing is they all are in these giant coffins. Look at these coffins.
Like big
Oh,
wooden coffins, like you'd see in like the 1800s.
so they're in their mourning over their own life, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
I don't know what this is, but it sounds very silly. Maybe it's just a culture thing. Who knows? Maybe if we were from South Korea, it would make
Yeah,
total sense.
yeah, anybody in South Korea watching can shed some light. Please let me know. Mixed borax, powdered sugar, and cotton balls. Cover them and place the cotton balls as close to the main entrance. I'm guessing of the ants. I'm guessing is what they're saying. Yeah, that's. I guess that's what he's saying. Basically,
Did,
powdered sugar. Yeah.
did they actually get in the coffins?
Yeah. They get in the coffins.
You could not pay me enough to do that.
Unfortunately, aunts and uncles sold all 3 family farms, auctioned all equipment. All right. Gunpowder is one of the so special seasonings. Must be darn good chicken.
That gunpowder chicken right there, that will give you a real bad diarrhea. It'll be very explosive.
That'll be worse than Taco Bell.
Yes,
Except
yes,
the taco that's going to keep me alive. I mean, what if I eat the taco? What if I eat the Teflon taco? Will I be bulletproof from the inside? Or will it just shoot right on through?
You know, as many shootings as there's in right now, that would be a really good idea if that actually worked. Someone should invent that.
Yeah. So GNU Ninja says having your wake before you die is perfectly logical. I mean, I guess if you want to participate, this is the only way to do it.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I don't want to participate. That's the thing. I I don't want to think about when I'm dead. I'd like to try and not think about that for a while.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Are we ready? This just gets crazy. This might be demonetization zone. So, pig and G-string film strapped to a truck as part of a bizarre engagement gift.
Wow.
This is in Beijing, and he got fined for this. There's
This sounds like a crazy bachelor party to me.
It just sounds like something I used to see when I lived out west, you know? I mean, pig in the back, you know, whatever. Let's just strap the pig to the roof. So basically, he got ticketed. It said here that he strapped the pig's carcass to the truck in such a way that made it look like it was wearing a G-string. Truly bizarre footage taken from the driver behind shows the pig's legs stretched out across the truck. Red string is attached to the vehicle. It can be seen going around the carcass's bum, giving the impression of a G-string.
Some people have way too much time on their hands.
Yeah. Reports claim that the butchered animal was being taken to the home of future in-laws of the driver's son as an engagement gift. Here's your dead pig. Happy marriage. This is what I think of you.
Here's a dead pig. Now you got to go and get this cut up.
So he had apparently planned to put the pig inside his truck, but the son's fiance's family bizarrely insisted it looked better if it was bound to the top of the vehicle. So apparently he was actually fined for this. Now I'm wondering though, others say that this is flaunting wealth in broad daylight. So do you think that this knocked him down a little bit on this Chinese social credit score system?
You know,
I'd love to see that credit report.
I mean, I have to say, I do wonder how much it would knock it down. It almost sounds like something that would happen around here in Eastern Kentucky. Actually, somebody straps a pig to the back of their truck driving down the road.
I mean, it's hunting season starting soon here, and so we're going to start to see deer. What's the difference? Yeah. Really. I mean, you got to transport the pig somehow. But I mean, what would the credit report look like? This guy has deduced, reduced credit score for strapping a pig and a G-string to the back of his truck in broad daylight. What?
I would like to see a report like that. That right there, I could not live in China because I would see that report, on somebody, whatever business or whatever I'm in would have to make me get one for something, and I pull this up in front of the guy, I'm like, I can't even.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, man. This is good laughing.
Robert clued us in. They were filming Porky too.
Oh, there you go. That is I want to see the behind-the-scenes footage of that. What camera were they using and stuff? We got to see that now.
That does look like it was probably a scene from Porky's.
Oh, goodness.
All right. We are moving into our say no to drugs section. Our after all of this crazy talk, let's get into our PSA about saying no to drugs. Man gets really stoned after drinking McDonald's sweet tea. He ordered his tea with extra lemon, which now he believes is code for marijuana because he found 3 bags of weed in his cup.
Gosh.
We had.
I lose faith in humanity every time I hear the news.
Oh, I know. Hey, I'm a reptilian alien. I left the human race, man. When this whole thing done, so I'm going to a spaceship up there, man. We're done. Yeah. I'm just here to document the insanity.
Can I come with you?
I'll get you an application. Yeah,
get me a visa.
Yeah, we had it was a little bit before I first moved to State College back in early 2000s. There was it's a taco joint now, undoubtedly. I wonder if they sell bulletproof tacos. But they had this pizza place. It's called Acme Pizza. And it's literally just a walk-up window. Walk up window, you order your pizza. Well, apparently, if you ordered your pizza just right, there was something under the pizza for you. And so that eventually was closed down. But it was called Acme Pizza, and I think it's like I said, I think it's a taco joint right now. But yeah, so it kind of reminds me of that. So. This guy went to McDonald's for sweet tea. He says he received a little extra herbal substance on the side. He reports he went to McDonald's on Hilton Head Island and asked for a sweet tea with light ice and extra lemon. He now believes extra lemon is the code name for marijuana. Hey, cat, you're in my way of my screen. Thank you, buddy. Hi, buddy. Come on. There you go. All right. He says... he never had marijuana, so he didn't recognize the taste, but he paid regular price for the items. County sheriffman says an investigation is ongoing. He didn't specify which McDonald's Brown had gone to. McDonald's didn't immediately respond for comment.
You know what I'm thinking through all this. This story makes me think that everybody else in this group of stories was high, because that was the only reason any of these other stories make any sense to do. Is if you're high, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they went to this McDonald's. You never know. They're all connected somehow.
Yeah. Oh, Robert's going to move to Colorado and sell sweet stoner tea.
Sweet stoner tea. That's probably going to be a thing in a year or two. It might already be a thing.
If not, then if anyone's in Colorado listening, just send me a little royalty, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
Support the channel some way, all right. But anyway, this is just one guy. Off to the funeral. Oh, come on, Huffington Post. Load the article. This is a great article. Oh, man, load the article. Yes, hash cake served at a funeral. I wonder if this is in South Korea. I wonder if this is a living funeral. Funeral mourners get stoned after being served hash cake at a restaurant.
Wow.
After eating the cake, 13 people experienced nausea and dizziness and needed medical treatment.
Reports after a few...
Goodness.
Police say a funeral in East Germany ended on an involuntary drug high when mourners were accidentally served hash. How do you accidentally serve hash cake? I was saving it for my buddy, man. Police said
the person that served it was probably high.
Yeah, hi, man. Rostock police said Tuesday after the burial in Wethingen, a funeral party went to the restaurant for coffee and cake, as is customary in Germany. But after eating the cake, 13 people experienced nausea and dizziness and needed medical treatment. Police investigation revealed that the restaurant employee in charge of the cakes had asked her 18-year-old daughter to bake them. However, the mother accidentally took the wrong cake from the freezer to the funeral. She took a hash cake that the teenager had made for a different occasion.
Well, you know what they should have said on their ads for this restaurant. If you are high for more than 4 hours, consult a doctor.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Do you know what we need to do with all this drug abuse going on? You know what we need to do with it, really? We need to seek the drug sniffing boars out.
The drug sniffing boars out.
It was out in where was this in? This was in it was in Missouri. It's closer to you than me. So the drug busting wild hogs, a puppy with an extra tail, and the rest of this week's weird news. All right, that's headlines for the news. This is from Ripley's, believe it or not. Snort and Destroy, a drug smuggling operation in Tuscany, was brought to close thanks to the work of a group of feral hogs. Oh, this is in Italy. I read the wrong city in there. Italian police have been working to bring down cocaine traders, even managing to wiretap their phones. While monitoring their calls, they caught an interesting bit of conversation. The gangsters complained about wild hogs finding their hidden drug cache. All told, the hogs believed to have destroyed $22,000 in cocaine.
Wow. So that's the new drug sniffing dogs is pigs. There you go.
That's right. We just need to unleash the hogs. Take care of all these. It's like, why is the pig eating the cakes again? Now that's probably the hash cake.
Yeah, then the pig will be high.
we'll see that next. In fact, that was one I forget where that one was, but it was this headline. We did it on the last Weird News where the police. I think it was a squirrel, if I remember correctly. Some meth head got a squirrel high on meth, and so the police are trying to get this methed out squirrel. It was PCB squirrel. It was a PCB squirrel. So
Man, some
yeah,
people just have way too much time on their hands. That's what all these stories are telling me.
I'm telling you what. Interestingly enough, they wanted more cakes. Weezer's new song, Hash Cake. Yeah. No, so the Missouri was a puppy with an extra tail. Ripley's articles had three things all in one. I just wanted to read the first one. I got that down. Go Hogs.
Go Hawks. That's what they should say when they bring them in to do a drug sniff. They'll just be like, "Go Hogs!
Go Hogs, go!"
Start your engines, Hogs!"
I wonder what was going on with that hog after eating out that cocaine, man. Oh, man.
That was probably going to be a bad experience. They definitely had to go and lock him up for a while and say, you're under the influence. We got to lock you up. You can't drive or anything right now.
Yeah. Hash Cake and what you get when Weezer and Cake join bands. Are we
Sounds
ready?
like a really bad band.
Are we ready to go to Florida?
I think so. Let's go to Florida. I want to hear what Florida did this time.
All right. Mostly naked Florida man accused of spreading feces during school break-in.
Gosh, I was going to say, how could this get worse? And Florida proved it could get worse.
Suspect claimed he was high on laced marijuana. And actually, the original headline I saw was better because it wasn't just species. He was spreading feces and frosting. So, man was naked from the waist down when he broke into an elementary school, spreading feces in the process, according to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. School resource officer at Bear Lake Elementary noticed signs of a break-in. Surveillance video showed a man, later identified as Christian Dominique Shea, jumping a fence on the property around 2 a.m. They found cake frosting on drawers, desks, and chairs in the classroom. There were frosting footprints all over the floor, the records show. The open cake container was found in the classroom's trash, along with a child's sweatshirt that was covered in frosting and feces. Handprints and footprints of fecal matter were found at the window ledge in the classroom where he broke in. A stapler was found placed in a toilet, and the TV remote was covered in feces and frosting. It was located in the bathroom as well.
Are you sure we can't go right now to that alien place you were talking about? Come on, I'm done. I'm done with the world, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Florida, you're driving me nuts here.
All right. And maybe I should have done that one last. That might have been the best Florida one. But this Florida man breaks into a home to cook breakfast, but tells the homeowner to go back to sleep.
What the? Well, at least he's partially polite about it. He's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just cooking breakfast in your home, breaking and entering. Don't mind me. You can go back to sleep."
All right, so Gavin Krim, a Marine. Oh, Lord, what are the Marines doing? He broke into a Safety Harbor home on Thursday, September 5th, just after 4. Did he steal anything, swipe some money? No, he simply walked through the unlocked rear door and began cooking, then eating the victim's food. The bewildered resident of the home found 19-year-old chowing down on his mighty cooked meal. He was told, go back to sleep. Yeah.
This is the losing faith in humanity show, I think.
Might be. Hey, I'm an outsider now. I can just laugh at the insanity.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Florida man arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting an Olaf stuffed doll at a Target.
Oh, gosh. Just when you think they can't get more stupid, I tell you.
I have a sneaky suspicion we have no monetization left on this video. I might just pull them on. I might just pull the ads off it altogether. I might just hide this one. I don't know.
Donate to Switch to Linux, people. He needs his money now.
All right. A Florida man is arrested for sexually assaulting an Olaf stuffed doll. I guess that's from Frozen. I guess.
I think so.
So he goes inside his Target doll. He's accused of placing the popular showman on the floor and yeah, I'm not going to read that on this stream. Doing it and Never mind. You get the end. All the way. All the way. We'll just say all the
Oh,
way.
oh.
At
Please tell me
about
nobody's seen him do this.
at about 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Oh no, people are definitely in the store at 2 p.m. in the day.
Mommy, I want that Olaf doll right there.
No, you don't. No, you
It's
do not.
moist.
Oh God. No, no,
Meter
no, no,
found the stuffed. He then found a stuffed unicorn in the store and allegedly did the same to that one when cops
no.
before the cops arrived. Florida, what is wrong with your people? Why can I not scroll this article down? There we go.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I don't. Anybody that has kids these days, I'm like, why would you have kids? You're bringing them into a really crazy world.
Cops say he admitted his dirty deeds to cops, saying he did stupid stuff on the Olaf.
Stupid stuff. Oh God.
His
This
father,
this guy is stupid.
his father told the cops his son had a history of this type of behavior. He charged him with criminal mischief and said the stuffed animals had to be destroyed.
Oh, goodness gracious! I tell you. Oh,
Okay, maybe that was the best one to leave for last. I don't know.
oh goodness! That right there is scarring. I tell you, and I feel bad for anyone that has children. I mean, after hearing something like that, I mean, really, does anyone want to have children in this world with people like that running around?
Was wondering what Olaf was.
Wondering what Olaf was.
That
Oh,
one, the man did stuff too. Yeah. Pushing the Disney pedo conspiracy.
oh goodness. Oh,
Well, I think we need to wrap this one up here pretty soon. I got a bunch of things I need to take care of today, but yeah, let's. In fact, you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna go to the Creator Studio and I'm gonna check on the monetization status of this video. I think I'm gonna go under.
I have a feeling it's gonna say pending review at least.
Yep, it's demonetized.
Had a feeling. Had a feeling.
I'm not even gonna challenge that one. I'm just gonna toggle off all. No, I'll keep it. I'll keep it in limited ad state. Why not?
Well, at least you won't have to worry about it being falling under COPA. Clearly, he's not directed at children now.
But I mentioned Olaf.
Well, that's true. You did. You mentioned a cartoon character, so now it's directed to children, according to the government.
A moment of silence for the stuffed animal, please. Parent of the Year award. Oh Lord.
Oh. Wow. Whew.
Yeah. Well, you survived the weird news roundup. Hey, thank you, Cleben, for that super chat. You guys made me smile. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much for that super chat. We needed that one. This video definitely did hit the demonetization. I'm not going to challenge it. I'll keep it in the limited ad state though. That way, you know, Sasquatch soap can advertise over it, so that's okay.
Sasquatch soap. Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, that's the I think that's the ad that keeps on rolling. It's the one I hate the most because it's like they have a bleep word in the first 5 seconds.
Oh.
You know, and it's like that soap you're stuff with this beep, you know, or the more edited versions.
In your not your developer studio, and you're in your YouTube studio. I thought you could turn off ads, like certain ads, and say if it's got cuss words in it or something you don't want to play it. Can you do that? I thought you could do that.
No,
you cannot.
You can through AdSense, but AdSense and YouTube don't run the same back end anymore. So I can do that on my websites where I run Google Ads. I can,
but you can't on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube, if it exists, I have not found it. Yeah. I've looked for it, but I mean, I just kind of deal with it because if I sit there and say, oh, I don't want any type of bad ad there, I wouldn't run any ads at all. So
yeah,
you know. Gotta pay the bills, right? So,
well, that ad is based on what they've been watching. So, in theory, it wouldn't offend them if they're seeing an ad with cuss words because they probably watch stuff with cuss words, right?
This is true. I can't say I've seen it a lot on my videos. I've seen it on videos that I watch, and I can't say I watch ads, you know, shows that are completely devoid of bad language. I minimize it as much as I can, but I don't really want to hear it. I don't want to put it as part of my regular part of my life. But you know, sometimes there's good programming that I like the content is good enough. If it's just vulgar comedy, I'm not a fan of that. But if it's
Yeah, if,
actually
if it's
good
just like
points,
24/7 cuss words, I'm with you there.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
I'm not. My mom, she's very anti cuss word. She will not watch anything if it has one cuss word in it in like a 2 hour movie. She's like, I will not watch that. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. If
yeah.
it's just cuss words for like half the dialogue, then I'm with you. But
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. Like, in a way, I agree with that. Like, one of the things that hurt my heart the most, right? Like, I grew up when I was in, I don't know, I was young when season one of Transformers happened, right? So, of course, Transformers the movie was big, the animated one way back. Well, when you get that on DVD now, you can't get the original, well, at least the original release we saw because they put the swear words back in it. There were only like one or two, so it's not a lot, but it's like you could have done without putting the one swear word back in the movie.
yeah,
In fact, the way it was done when we originally saw it was perfectly acceptable. It conveyed the feeling and the emotion perfectly fine without it.
yeah,
But I don't mind. I don't mind a well placed f bomb for the purpose of. For the purpose of moving the dialogue, or there's a place for it. But when it's nothing but, yeah. So like, I don't know.
yeah. I'm the same. I mean, if it's actually moving the story along in some way, and it actually feels like it
Mm,
would actually be there, then I'm okay with it. But it's some stuff. It's just I don't know if you've ever seen stuff, but there's some stuff out there that literally it's just in like a paragraph of dialogue, half of it's literally just cuss words. I mean, it's like
yeah.
that's you're just doing it for the sake of doing it at that point because you're too lazy to write anything better at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Shock value and all this makes it
Exactly.
edgy. Shadow 120 1028 says looks like it doesn't work. DRM not supported on Linux. What? DRM should work just fine on Linux. Depending on what you're doing. So like if it's like I don't know what you're trying to do, but if it's like a web browser DRM, you just need to enable it. Firefox and Chromium will
Yeah.
certainly allow DRM. I think do
Or
other ones do as well?
yeah, I mean the DRM levels. I've looked into this. The Wedvine DRM levels. There's a couple, and Linux doesn't support one of the highest levels.
Okay, so
And
there's
so
some
that
of
may
them.
be
Yeah.
what they're running into is the content provider is paranoid, and they're not going to let you watch it on Linux. Disney Plus is that way. That's why Disney
Yep.
Plus won't work on Linux. They require too high of a level. So,
Yep.
yeah, but
Well,
your Netflix and stuff like that, obviously, it's fine. So
yeah.
I
I
like my
wonder is
Netflix.
there are there Netflix plugins at this point for Kodi or not?
I don't know. Why I don't really run Kodi very much, so I've
Yeah.
messed with it a little bit,
I
but
I run Kodi, but I don't mess with any of the streaming services. I think it'd be useful for for people that I'm doing videos to run because I realize a lot of people do, and there's valid uses to run it. I'm just
oh
cheap and
yeah,
I like watching the same movies over and over, and YouTube's enough content for me. So
yeah. That's what I watch the most. It's YouTube and Netflix. It's
yeah,
Netflix originals for the most part, and YouTube. That's my main
yeah,
content.
yeah. All right. Well, I need to jump off out of here, so we'll close out the stream here, and then I'll kick out of the thing here later. So Disney Plus hack settled yet? No, not heard anything else about it yet. We'll go ahead and end the stream part here. So thanks for coming along, guys, and we'll be back live. Should be back live Wednesday, I think, but check the schedules.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah.